Shalom, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I hope each and every one of you are doing well. Now, I'm going to share with you about this particular plant. I know you might have seen it around your area or your environment or your community. This particular plant is for fence. It's for fencing a garden or a home. And the reason why is it is loaded spiritually for defense, for protection. It is called castor iron plant, castor iron plant, or Ntome. In our local language, we call it Ntome or Ntome. Ntome is for protection. You see, God said, for He has given us the tree for food and the leaves for healing and cleansing. So God has empowered these leaves that we see around us. They are not in our community for by mistake. They are there for our benefit. Now this one is used for separation. It's used for separation. It's used for defense. It's used for separation and it's used for defense. Now, when you have this particular plant and you cut them into pieces, you just need another plant to add to it to fortify it. If you can get a plant called aya plant, you just add to it. You cut them into pieces and you soak it for 7 days. For 7 days. Now, the 7 days is very concentrated. It's very, very powerful. After 7 days, it will begin to smell. I gave this to a brother, and he went and did the 7 days. The 7 days soaking. And every day, every evening before he go to bed, he will just speak from the head to the down part of his body, removing every negative energies, separating from every evil spirit. Get the dream he had that night. He said he dreamt when he was standing in the middle of plenty poop. But he said all of a sudden, he saw the poop. But all of a sudden, as he started looking around, the poop got dried. Meaning, so he sent me a message on WhatsApp, and it was like, this is what the dream he has had. Meaning, after bathing this one, spiritually, God started separating him from spiritual pollution. From spiritual pollution. And when you dream of poops, it's spirit of pollution, bad luck, poverty, financial hardship, disgrace. So, as we are talking now, he's still doing it. He said he will do it till he begin to see total restoration. Each and every day he kept on dreaming, having dreams of what, after doing the bath, what he has dreamt of. The use of cast iron plants. Now, when two people are on the same land for farming and they don't want to have misunderstanding, they need to fence. This is the plant they use to fence the garden. Physically is for separation. The same thing it does spiritually. When you bath this Ntome or the cast iron plant, what you are doing, you are separating yourself from every bad spirit, every monitoring spirit, every witchcraft. You separate yourself from every evil deities. They go far from you. Like the way the farmer will plant it to fence his garden, when it is planted, witches and wizards cannot cross over. Very, very, very dangerous plant. Very, very powerful. It's in your area. You can just go. Anytime you are going to get this plant, don't go empty-handed. Go with some salt. Sprinkle on it and speak to the plant. You cast iron plant. I have come for your blessing. I know God has empowered you for separation. As I plug you, and I'm going to use it. Manifest your potency in my life. As I bath it, separate me from poverty, separate me from sickness, separate me from every monitoring spirit. Whatever you want the power in the head to separate you, speak to it before you plug it. And when you are going to get it very early in the morning, by 5. Don't allow the sun to fall on it. By 5, you go and get it. Then when you come, cut it into pieces. Cut them. You can just tear them. It's very, very hard to tear, but you can tear them and put them in a white bucket or transparent bucket. Use brand new bucket. As a matter of fact, if you are doing spiritual bath, have one bucket, and it should be only for spiritual bath. If you're a woman, don't wash your underwear in them. Don't wash your menstruation pants in them. If you're a man, don't use it for washing. It should be only for spiritual purpose, for spiritual bath. So after using it, cover it, put it in its place. Anytime you want to do spiritual bath, you go and pick it. If not, you'll be buying bucket upon bucket, and your house will become the wholesale of buckets. So just get one and keep it for spiritual bath. Now this one, I can show you another plant, 2 or 3 plants you add together. You put it under your pillow. You will never dream of any spirit coming to sleep with you. You will never. Because it separates you. The spirit husband, they fear it. But you need to combine it and put it in a sachet, and you put it under your pillow. Spiritual husband, spiritual wife will be far away from you. Those who come to your dream and try to have sex with you, it will stop. It will just stop. The cast iron plant or Ntome. Whenever evil spirits cross over it, they get weakened. They become weak. That is why the farmer will use it to fence his farm. What he's trying to do, without you knowing, is protecting his produce or his products from being attacked. You can just plant this tree in front of your gate, and I can assure you, evil spirits will find it difficult to penetrate to your house. If you want, I can show you. Just plant this and get a cluster of garlic, 3 pieces of cluster of garlic, and put it under the plant. That is all. Witches and wizards, negative energies will be difficult to come to your house. It is very, 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 very powerful. So when you cut them, soak it. Now, if you don't want to, if you know you cannot endure the smell, this is what you do. Cut it in the morning, then in the evening when you are going to bath, you pour the water. You pour it on your body. Now, as you use your 2 hands, you pick the water and you pour it from your head to the soul. As you pour it, you pray. I remove every evil connection, any evil elements upon my body. I remove them. Any monitoring spirit, as I bath this Ntome, I close their eyes. They will not see me. Any spirit of poverty, any spirit of sickness monitoring me, in me, outside me, as I bath this Ntome, I remove them. I disconnect. As you do that, you disconnect, you separate yourself, because that is the work of this leaf. They disconnect evil spirits from you. They disconnect evil spirits from you. So get the plant and soak it. Now, if you don't want the 7 days and you soak it for a day, from morning before you go to work, just put water and leave it. Don't cover it. Don't cover it. Just put it in your spiritual bath bucket and leave it. Let it soak. In the evening, when you come back from work to shower down the soap, wash the soap. Then when you finish, you pick with your hand and pour it on your body as you pray. You disconnect. You close the evil eyes from you. Now, when you finish, don't throw the leaves away. Put it in the bucket. Add another water. You can do the bath for 7 days. You can do the bath for 7 days. But if you want it conk, soak it for 7 days. Me, I prefer it 7 days. When it become conk, if you can only stand the smell. Don't worry about insect coming on top. All has spiritual meaning. The insect on top of the water, or the dirt on top of the water, the fact that is in your domain, is in your abode, is in your house, spiritually is speaking something to you. It means those are the animals, those are the spiritual dirt upon your body. I told you I gave it to a brother who went and did the bath, and he had a dream when he was standing in the poop. He looked upon the poop on the floor, and all the poop had dried just at one bath. I told him to soak it for 7 days. It became very conk. Then when you finish bathing upon yourself, don't dry. Leave it to dry itself. Let it dry. Go and sleep with it and see what will happen. You see things that will manifest in your dream. You see things will come. You begin to dream things. God bless you so much. If you have any question, you can contact me on my WhatsApp line. God bless you.